Hi everybody, my name is Barry Schwartz and this is the Search Buzz Video Recap. Today is Friday, July 29th, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at seroundtable.com over the past week. First up, earlier in the week there was a lot of chatter and reports on Google potentially doing an update. It wasn't a major update from what I see. There was definitely some chatter earlier on the week, specifically Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, potentially also some Wednesday, but that kind of died down over the end of the week and so forth. So there was also some tools reporting those updates. So here's Ranger, Alguru, all showing signs, Mozcast, and other tools have showed signs of updates. But really that kind of has died down towards the end of the week, and I guess we'll see what's happening in the future. John Mueller talked about Penguin again, and based on somebody asking a question, if Penguin will happen or not, and John Mueller said yes. He wanted to give a definitive answer, it will happen, and he kind of even went on to say, or kind of hinted that something's happening sooner. He didn't want to say, like, I'm not going to say anything, because he doesn't want to get in trouble. But if you actually watch the video, which I embedded here, just watch it. It's very short. I started it at the start time, so you just hit play and it will just start right where it needs to start. He said, yes, it will be rolling out. Then he added a few more things that kind of showed to me that it's probably rolling out very soon. Again, I haven't seen any signs of it yet, but we will see. The big political news this week, which we really don't cover much of, but something we get the chance to, and it relates to Google or search, is that Google dropped out Donald Trump and some other candidates, specifically from the presidential candidates carousel. So you see here, this is after Hillary Clinton was actually officially nominated as the Democratic Party's nomination for president. So Hillary, Bernie Sanders, and Jill Stein. So these are two Democrats. He should be not here. Bernie Sanders was removed the night before. Jill Stein should be there, but you should have also seen Donald Trump as a Republican nominee, and also Gary Johnson from the Libertarian Party. So they actually fixed it. Well, they partially fixed it. They forgot to remove Bernie Sanders, but they added the others, and then later on they removed Bernie Sanders, and so forth. Google told us, we found a technical bug in search where only the presidential candidates participating in active primary elections were appearing in the knowledge graph result. Because the Republican and Libertarian primaries had ended, those candidates did not appear. This bug was resolved early this morning, and they did fix it. I do believe it was a bug. I don't think it was intentional. And then later on in the day, it took pretty much all day for Google to remove and get it right by removing Bernie Sanders. So it was probably like 24 hours of this issue. Google fixed it, but it really got a lot of news coverage over those times. Talking about redirects now, Gary from Google tweeted that 301, 302, etc. redirects do not lose PageRank anymore. Now it's not new. Google has said this months and months ago, twice at least. But he said right here, 30x, meaning 301, 302, etc., do not lose PageRank anymore. And he said that as a statement. But we covered it not just once and twice, we covered it several times this year. Back in 2010, Google did tell us that they did lose value. There is some dilution factor. But in 2013, Matt Cutts did a video saying 301 redirects no longer dilute value, but he didn't mention 302s and so forth. At this point, it seems like Google's stance is any 30x, any 301, 302, 303, etc. redirect will not lose any value. But the truth is, SEOs do not believe Google. And they haven't believed Google since they said this earlier on this year, and they probably still do not believe Google when they said it this week. And the reason why Dawn Anderson actually asked John Mueller, and I covered it this morning in the Hangout, is potentially because it takes time for Google to pass those signals. It's not immediate. It might take a week, it might take a few days, but it won't be like as soon as you make that redirect, things happen. Of course, SEOs are going to report back saying, no, it's still not the case. And it will be interesting to see a case study, if possible, on that. But Google's saying one thing, and a lot of SEOs say the other thing. Interesting on redirects and so forth, and linking value. This morning also, Google confirmed again. Google said this actually back in April of this year, that basically when you have a product page that expired, or you no longer can sell that product for some reason or another, either out of stock or you're never going to get it back, or it's just no longer something you're going to sell, and you redirect that page either to your home page or to another product page or to a category page, that redirect will be seen most likely by Google as a soft 404. And that's what John Mueller said. He said, what we're showing instead is essentially just a 404, and you're trying to basically over here, and if you essentially are trying to do a 404 with a redirect, what will happen is we will essentially pick up that as a soft 404 and say, oh, the webmaster probably did it wrong, and we'll just treat that as a 404 on our side. When Google treats things as soft 404s or 404s, the redirect will link signals that you're trying to pass using a redirect will be wiped out, essentially, because 404s kill all link values and all that other stuff around it. So if you try to redirect it, to try to get around that, so you want to like see a popular page that expired and you no longer need to sell that product page, so the product's on that page and it has lots of links to it, but you want to retain that value. If you redirect it somewhere, Google's going to go ahead and solve 404 that will essentially remove any links that you're trying to pass using that redirect, which is interesting. And Google will report those solve 404s in Google Webmaster, in Google Search Console, and because of that, you can actually see which ones are actually not valued and which ones are. So you can actually test that to see what's going on. But I thought that was very interesting. And we covered this again in April, but not many SEOs took up on that, and I figured I'd cover it again. Google said they won't penalize your site if you do try to embed special symbols or emojis in the search results. So we actually caught one this week. Google basically said, we won't penalize you for emojis or symbols in your snippets. John Mueller said this week in the Google, in the search results. It was in the Google Hangout this week. It was 2 Hangouts this week, so the earlier Hangout this week. But also we actually spotted earlier this week that Google is actually showing emojis directly in the search snippets. This is from a tweet showing the emojis of cakes and so forth in the search results. Again, Google will penalize you for it, it won't hurt you, but they'll try to actually remove the emojis from showing up in the search results. Google said, if you have a web spam issue and you have low quality content, Google said first focus on building high quality content. Then worry about your web spam issue, because if you don't have high quality content, even if without the web spam issues, you're not going to rank. Of course, if you have web spam issues and you have high quality content, you got to focus on the web spam issues eventually. And that's what John Mueller said over here earlier this week. So also this week, this is a fairly popular article. Basically, if somebody's stealing your content, they're scraping your content and putting it on their own website, and that website outranks you, John Mueller says, tell me about it. If he wants to know about it, hit him up on Google+, share the search query, and share the actual sites affected by it, and Google will take a look at that. In the past, I think Gary from Google basically said this typically will happen if the original site that should be ranking for the content that has been stolen from, it has web spam issues, it has a penalty or something, then other sites can outrank them, but typically it shouldn't happen. So if this is happening to you, definitely let John Mueller know about it. This is pretty cool. So feature snippets are pretty cool in general, but when it localizes, it's even amazing. So Rob posted about this on Twitter. He did a search for ER wait times, emergency room wait times. And what came up was his local emergency room saying there's specific wait times. It actually shows the wait times specifically, as like a 30-minute wait time. Specifically, here's a feature snippet right there for him. It's a localized result, which actually pulls out the information on a local level, which is pretty cool. It's not a new feature. I asked Google about it if it is new, and Google said, no, it's not new, but it's just basically being localized, which is pretty cool. Gary and the Google Webmaster team posted a FAQ on migrating your news site, the publisher site, from HTTP to HTTPS. They go through a bunch of FAQs here. Definitely take a look at that. And if you are thinking about it, I've done it. Really had no issues. Google added social icons to the local knowledge graph. Previously, it would only show up for big brands, so at the bottom here, the local knowledge graph. But now it can show up for even smaller brands, which is interesting. Google AdWords did a bunch of things. One is they actually launched smart bidding, and the new smart bidding is actually based on Google's machine learning AI techniques. So it's funny, Google ranks the search results with rank brain smart, AI type of technology, machine learning technology, and then they're telling people what to bid for their ads based on the same type of technology. So just take a look at that if you're in the AdWords space. Google AdWords also, Google AdWords also launched expanded text ads. So we've been talking about this for a while now. So now the ads will actually be expanded. Expanded text ads are pretty much 50% more ad space for advertisers. Previous version, short. Now 2 lines, much longer descriptions as well. So you can see that there. Google also launched device bid adjustment. So if you want to bid for this device versus that device searching, you can actually do that, and other things. So definitely take a look at that if you are into AdWords. Also on AdWords, Google released the AdWords Editor 11.5, version 11.5, which basically brings in a bunch of features, including the ability to manage your expanded text ads and other things. So definitely take a look at that if you are using the AdWords Editor. A lot of improvements there. And AdWords also is announcing that they're going to retire converted clicks and just use typical conversion metrics as opposed to converted click metrics. And that's going away on September 21st, so keep an eye on that as well. And supposedly the payday loan ban, or high interest loan ban for Google AdWords, took a little while to go into effect. It went into effect about a week ago, according to Google, and it still may take time to roll out. I'm honestly still seeing payday loan ads showing up in the AdWords results, so maybe it's still rolling out. I'll keep you posted on when they remove it. And finally, on the AdWords side, Google released 3 new conversion cross-device conversion reports. Specifically, one by devices, one by assisted devices, and one by device path. I have a whole detailed description about what that means over there. And I know we're running a bit long, but the big news on the business end was that Verizon has agreed to acquire Yahoo for $4.8 billion. And that includes Flickr, it includes Instagram, it includes most of Yahoo's businesses outside of Alibaba and some other things. At least obviously search is included, and all that other stuff is included in here. So that's obviously has to be approved by regulatories, but it seems like in 2017, not only will AOL be owned by Verizon, but also Yahoo. And Marissa Mayer from Yahoo, originally from Google, said she's going to stick with the company. I doubt it will last too long, but in any event, that is the news of this week. So thanks so much for listening to the Search Buzz Video Recap. My name again is Barry Schwartz, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at Let'sSeeRoundtable.com. Again, today is Friday, July 29th. Everyone have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next. Bye.